Okay, now I'm going to talk about the schema file for the default connection. When you first open it, it's going to look like this. The schema file is where you can define tables, fields, primary keys, and attach certain tables to classes. You can manually do this by adding table. So I can define a table named users. I'm going to add a key, which is the primary key. Then I can add some fields. I can go a step further and actually ignore certain fields. This can be useful when caching is done, which I'm going to talk here in a minute. It's done with ignore. So I can say so when this is cached, it would completely ignore this field, or I can add multiple fields there. It's also where I can tell Sado to attach this table or model to a certain class. So I can say class, and I can have a user class. So when I define a user ORM class, it'll automatically know that this model is attached to that. I can also add multiple classes here, so this could be another user class that's also using the same model. So I'm going to go ahead and set this back to user. Okay, so there's also a way to cache the tables in your database. So to show you that, I'm going to remove what I just did here. I'm going to add a path for a cache file so it can be written. Because it's going to be written the first time, you can leave this as false. If you ever want to force a rewrite of the cache file, just turn that to true once, refresh your app, and then put it back to false. Otherwise, it's not going to really cache. It's going to keep trying to recache it. In the cache ignore here, you can put certain tables that you want to ignore. So I could say ignore the users table and users data tables. Those would be ignored and they wouldn't be cached. Or I could say I want to ignore all the user tables. I could say anything starting with users or anything ending with users. And there could be more tables written here. So that's an option also. So I'm going to go ahead and save that, refresh my app. Then I'm going to open the cache file that it's going to create. So here you can see it just cached all the tables in my test database here. Picked out users, the table I was just showing you how to use. Then we can go back to our actual schema file and rewrite or give further information. So I can come back here and say for the users table, I want to attach this class to user. So Sado already knows all the fields, primary key, all that, but it needs to know what class to attach users to, so I can define that back in the schema file. At any point, cache can be turned off by just clearing this where the cache file is, and it will not be cached.